NewsCenter1 at 10. And we apologize. We're having some technical problems tonight as we begin the newscast, as we try to tell you about some of the details in local news right now. We'll try to get to those stories in just a moment as we run down situations and reactions both to news here locally, regionally, and internationally as well. Rapid City Police responding to another stabbing yesterday afternoon. Officers heading to a parking lot at 30 Knollwood Drive, finding a man with a minor stab wound. The victim telling police that a man approached him and the two began arguing. The argument escalated and the victim was stabbed. The victim was taken to Rapid City Regional Hospital for treatment and says he is not interested in pressing charges. Fellow troopers saying goodbye to a former Rapid City resident and Colorado State Trooper. 33-year-old Jamie Jerzovics died Sunday night on southbound Interstate 25 near Castle Rock, Colorado. Authorities say that a retired Army colonel faces charges in the death of the trooper, who was struck by a car while investigating an accident south of Denver. Investigators say that 52-year-old Eric Henderson hit the trooper and fled for more than 15 miles. He was subsequently arrested on charges including vehicular homicide, leaving the scene of an accident, and driving under the influence. The Fraternal Order of Police, South Dakota State Lodge, saying that Jerzovics had lived in Rapid City a few years ago. They posted a goodbye on their Facebook page saying, "Rest easy, Trooper Jerzovics." Jerzovics is survived by her husband and an 8-month-old baby daughter. The political battle is heating up as more than half of the nation's leaders, including those from South Dakota, are now protesting Syrian refugees entering their states. And some in Congress wanted to change the process of allowing them in. Secretary of State John Kerry saying today the United States must remain vigilant in screening refugees, but that we should not automatically shut them out. NBC's Hallie Jackson has some of the faces of crisis who actually did find refuge in America.
Beaten in Syria, not just Kamal.
I'm sorry.
His 6-year-old son, too.
Assad's policeman broke Badr's arm, Kamal says, before the family escaped to find a better life in Houston.
I miss my mother, and my father, and my friend.
Like Badr, half the 2,000 Syrian refugees in the U.S. are kids. Fewer than 50 are single males of combat age. But it's that group that's most alarming for some.
We cannot let terrorists take advantage of our compassion.
Republican leaders are hoping to press pause on letting Syrians into the U.S., with the White House doing damage control today as more than half the nation's governors, so worried about security, say they're refusing, opposing, or suspending Syrian refugee resettlement. The states don't really have the authority to do that, but Congress does.
I think is absolute lunacy.
Senator Ted Cruz intends to introduce a bill to block Syrian Muslim refugees.
Overstepped their bounds.
Now the subject of political ads, the refugees a top issue for presidential candidates. Jeb Bush trying to find a middle ground.
We have a noble tradition of accepting refugees, but in this particular case, given the circumstances, I think there ought to be thorough vetting.
Critics worry about how to vet someone with no papers, but the toughest way to get into the U.S. is as a refugee. The Obama administration says refugees are screened at the highest level, overseas interviews, background checks from multiple agencies, more scrutiny on Syrians, a painstaking process, as Kamal discovered. 2 years after he applied, he finally arrived, unable to speak English. Now, he knows enough to speak out.
I want to send a message for American people. We are human. We are human.
U.S. Senator John Thune of South Dakota saying that he shares concerns of over half the governors in the United States who have stated that they do not want Syrian refugees resettled in their states without complete assurance that American lives will not be put at risk.
If we're really going to be serious about solving the Syrian refugee crisis, the answer is not deciding which countries are accepting how many refugees. The answer is to defeat ISIS and remove Bashar al-Assad from power so the peace-loving people of Syria can return home.
Thune echoing again the need for the United States to form a coalition capable of taking the war to ISIS on the ground, saying it will not require the United States to commit ground troops, but it does require us to lead by example and form a coalition. But the White House is sticking to its strategy of trying to develop allies on the ground, although Arab participation has dropped off significantly. And today, another example of ISIS global reach as confirmation comes that it was a homemade bomb that brought down that Russian airliner, killing all 224 people aboard. Now Syria's capital, the city of Raqqa, is in the crosshairs of 3 different air forces, the Russians, the French, and the United States. Meantime, the anxiety level in Paris and across much of Europe shows no sign of abating, with authorities now saying that there may still be another suspect in Friday's attack on the loose. The jitters only further amplified this evening with the evacuation of a German soccer stadium in the face of what was called a concrete threat. Police canceling that game and evacuating a concert hall as well, but finding nothing in either instance. Well, today, refugees at a center in Brussels, Belgium, saying that sadly the violence seen in Paris last Friday is an everyday occurrence in Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan.
I will not roll the dice and take the risk on allowing a few refugees in, simply.
Many of the refugees are offering to donate blood to the Paris victims, just as they did at home. And here's a look at today's markets on Wall Street. And limited trading activity today, fairly moderate numbers as we see there. The Dow rising 6 points, 17,490. The NASDAQ holding steady at a single point on the rise, 4,986. The S&P 500 dropping 3 to 2050, and gold down $14.30 to $1,069.03 on this day of trade. Well, a local business, Strider Bikes, is proving to significantly improve balance and stability in children with some form of autism. If they exist on the autism spectrum disorder or have been diagnosed that way, new research assessing how the no-pedal bikes can help children with autism spectrum disorders. That affects 1 out of every 45 children in the United States, creating challenges with balance and coordination. Research proving that after riding Strider Bikes for 5 weeks, children show a significant improvement in their stability. Strider Bikes have benefits in physical and occupational therapy, speech, behavioral, and social aspects of life for these children as well. Now, the public is being invited to an input meeting on the Robbinsdale Park Master Plan this Thursday evening. The master plan development is underway to identify future reconstruction and improvements for the park, since much of the area is in need of infrastructure repairs and upgrades. The main goal is to develop a facility that allows for recreational activities, community gathering and interaction, and other developments identified by the City of Rapid City and by the public. And you can attend that meeting coming up Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the South Middle School cafeteria. Chief Meteorologist Bob Brigue joining us on what was a very cool and crisp fall day.
Yes, yeah, very typical day for this time of the year. Finally, yeah. I mean, we've been having some mild temperatures, particularly on the weekends. The weekends have been holding out rather nicely.
We've been living on borrowed time.
I think we have. Yeah. I think, and it's coming to an end. Unfortunately, we expect another windy day tomorrow. You can see there is a high wind warning for our entire viewing area throughout the day tomorrow. Gusts up to 65 miles an hour, and those gusts will be out of the northwest, and that's going to bring in some cool temperatures, and we don't see any warming until maybe this weekend. We'll try to warm it up a little bit.
It's actually going to raise the wind velocity just a little bit. We saw 60 miles an hour the other day, now 65.
65 tomorrow, that's right.
Okay, so we're working our way up.
Yeah.
We'll get more details coming up with Bob in just a bit. We're back with more news after the break, right here on NewsCenter1 at 10.
This is NewsCenter1. With Shad Olson. Sports with Justin Wickersham. And weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Brigue.
The model year closeout is on now at Granite Buick GMC, your participating Rushmore Buick GMC dealer. Choose from the tri-state area's largest selection of GMCs with over 100 Sierras, Terrains, Canyons, Yukons, Duramaxes, and RMTs in stock. Get 15% off of MSRP and additional discounts over $10,000 on new GMCs. Or drive a new Buick for only $199 a month. Don't miss the model year closeout on now at Granite Buick GMC, your participating Rushmore Buick GMC dealer.
Pairing thick-cut onion rings with Angus steak. You've heard of that. But topping that tender steak and crispy onion ring with A1 Special Reserve sauce? You've never heard of that. Because that's never been done. Not until Arby's and A1 buddied up to make a sandwich like the world has never seen. Is anyone else freaking out about this? Arby's, we have the meats.
You still feeling lousy, sweetheart?
Terrible. Day 4 of aches, chills, sweats.
Oh, poor thing. You're just not you when you have the flu.
I don't feel like me at all. Do I look sick?
You look different.
Oh, you're so sweet.
That's not your pretty face.
Feel like yourself. Get vaccinated because stopping the flu starts with you.
How are you nuking this, boss? I can barely keep up with the trash mobs in the dungeon.
Hit those fire goblins with your icicle storm. Never mind, I'll use my hailstone blade. I had TechNet optimize my system, and I'm telling you, dude, it screams now.
You're in full-on beast mode. Oh, no. I wiped again.
Sorry, dude.
I'm going AFK to call TechNet Corp right now.
Laters.
TechNet Corp, the friendliest computer repair shop in the Black Hills.
It's back. It's Nissan's holiday event, now with special Black Friday offers.
Right now, choose Rogue with 0% APR for up to 60 months, or get $500 bonus cash on Juke. Shop your local Nissan store and choose Nissan.com.
This week, the Black Hills Area Community Foundation's joining more than 700 similar organizations across America to celebrate Community Foundations Week. Our local organization, responding to a variety of public needs, they facilitate philanthropy for their donors, make grants in the local area, and provide community leadership and problem solving. It is this foundation that helps sustain nonprofits like Youth and Family Services, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and the Hope Center in Rapid City.
A lot of people don't know what a community foundation does. So it's good to draw attention to the fact that we're here, and we're here to help solve community problems, we're here to serve our donors, and we're here to help with the sustainability of the nonprofit sector. Community foundations also provide an option for people that might not want to, they want to do some good work, but they don't need to become their own foundation or become their own nonprofit organization.
For the work that the Black Hills Area Community Foundation does to improve the future of Rapid City, we extend our thanks. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is awarded $300,000 to help people build 12 homes over the next 2 years on the Pine Ridge Reservation. That grant being given to the Thunder Valley Community Development Corporation, which earlier this year broke ground on a housing community on the western half of the Pine Ridge. Under the grant's terms, participants provide at least 65% of the construction labor costs on each other's homes, with technical assistance from the organization overseeing the project. The USDA says that this reduces the total cost of buying a home, allowing many people to own houses that otherwise would have been out of reach. The housing community is expected to include over 30 single-family dwellings, a grocery store, powwow ground, and other features. And more support heading for the Pine Ridge as the 15th annual Red Shirt Cultural Holiday Exchange at Black Hills State University is now underway. Angel tree gifts are available on trees located in the Student Union and Campus Library. Students and Spearfish community members are encouraged to take an angel and place an unwrapped gift near the tree in early December. Black Hills State University students, faculty, and staff will wrap the presents and spend the day in Red Shirt classrooms handing out the gifts from Santa Claus. A similar local program that lets the public play Santa kicking off today. The Highmark Giving Tree program means a more joyful Christmas for some local kids. You can stop by Highmark Federal Credit Union and pick up an ornament with the child's name and Christmas wish on it, then return the unwrapped gift with the child's name attached to it by December 14th.
The kids get extremely excited, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful time to realize that we're in such a generous community.
Even people who aren't even members of Highmark come in and pick names up off the tree, and so it's a very overwhelming response.
The program helps to brighten the holidays, and it's a good reminder that the local teens and kids are not forgotten. Well, hunters are out in full force across the state of South Dakota, enjoying everything the season has to offer. But officials with the Game Fish and Parks Department want to make sure that everyone is playing by the rules. The largest spot check of hunters in South Dakota in 12 years, turning up nearly 150 violations of game laws. More than 50 officials with the Game Fish and Parks Department and other agencies setting up a checkpoint at an Interstate 90 rest area on Sunday and Monday and finding 147 violations, including illegal possession of game, unlawful transportation of game, and no hunting license. Game Fish and Parks Law Enforcement Program Administrator Andy Albin says the last game checkpoint that large was back in 2003. Some East River hunters may be entitled to a refund. Game Fish and Parks offering voluntary refunds after significant deer losses in western Sully County. They say the losses are likely due to diseases such as blue tongue. Deer licenses for Unit 59A must be returned prior to East River's deer season. That was to start this Saturday. Well, hang on to your hats. We're in for a very windy day tomorrow, as you already heard from Bob Riggio. He puts a 65-mile-per-hour mark on some of those wind gusts expected for our weather tomorrow, and he'll lay out more details coming up in his forecast right here on NewsCenter1.
Hey, Jan, can you take a picture?
Sure. Perfect. Now a stylish night on the town. Okay, feel the power of all-wheel drive at your fingertips. Now take in the gorgeous mountain scenery. Yes! And now?
Jan, we need that RAV4 for a test drive.
Stay fabulous.
Lease a new 2015 Toyota RAV4 for just $209 a month, or get 0% APR financing for 60 months on RAV4.
It all starts at Toyota. Let's go places.
Synchrony Financial. Engage with a call center team that makes customers smile. Engage with a job where great benefits are only one of the benefits. Engage with us. We're now hiring for call center positions in Rapid City. Learn more and apply at synchronycareers.com. That's SYNCHRONY careers.com. Or text SYF12 to 90206. Again, text SYF12 to 90206. Engage with us.
Replace your bath fan with Broan and Menards. The Radford decorative fan ventilates rooms up to 65 square feet in 2 finishes, $68. The Dominion decorative fan vents rooms up to 75 square feet in 3 finishes, $89. Add style to your home with Armstrong vinyl flooring. Kempton's loose lace sheet vinyl offers a 10-year warranty and is available in 2 patterns, 77 cents a square foot. Archer Point sheet vinyl comes in 2 patterns with a lifetime warranty, 99 cents a square foot.
Save big money at Menards.
I love a gourmet cheeseburger as much as anybody, and that's why we created the Pub Burger at Culver's.
My favorite cheeseburger starts with great beef. When you get that burger in your hand and the juices are flowing, you want to devour it.
Chef, we're gonna make a pepper grinder Pub Burger.
I'm stoked, man.
We got a little Wisconsin Swiss and Wisconsin cheddar.
Those are the criteria for me. Fresh beef, bacon, Wisconsin cheese.
The 4 peppercorn mayo really sets this burger apart.
This is an ultimate bacon cheeseburger.
Our new pepper grinder Pub Burger. Welcome to Delicious.
The best dealership in the hills. I really appreciate the lack of high-pressure sales tactics. Purchasing from Hirschroods was easy.
I appreciated the respect they gave me by walking me through all the features of my new car, the service requirements, and the complete warranty.
After visiting half a dozen dealerships, we like you guys the best.
They say your best advertising is a happy customer, and after 105 years, we do have a lot of them. Hirschroods and Sturgis, I-90 and exit 30. Don't drive by, drive in.
This weather brought to you by Black Hills Power.
This is NewsCenter1 weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Riggio.
Well, you definitely want to keep those hatches battened down. Another windy day expected tomorrow. But today, 47 the high. That's normal. 31 the low. That's above normal, about 10 degrees. 650. Sun up, 424. Sun will be going down. Let's go out at the airport. What do we got? We have clear skies. The moon is out right now. 27 is that current temperature. Winds are light out of the southeast, and we expect these winds to pick up later on tonight after midnight. We could see maybe a gust of 20, but nothing like what we expect tomorrow. Another cold front will come through, and it's going to drag in some strong winds with it. 60, 65 mile an hour, not out of the question. We had a maximum wind gust today of 49. Here's the severe weather story down over the southern Mississippi Valley area, now moving into Mississippi and Louisiana. The tornado watch is down there for the next few hours. You can see some strong thunderstorms extending to the north from that up into Illinois, Wisconsin as well. A little closer to home, we have some snow. This is behind that cold front in the the colder air, and that moisture, the rain gets into that colder air, changes over to snow. You can see snow now over central Nebraska down into western Kansas. And we're going to fly in a little bit closer here to Colorado. This is a 18-hour loop. Look at the snow piling into Denver last night and earlier this morning. Now beginning to clear out, certainly clearing out now. That's good news. We have some video from this morning. I want to show you Denver. Strong winds, 60-mile-an-hour winds, over a foot of snow. A lot of that snow is falling, not even falling. It's horizontal, low visibility. Number of highways closed this morning, and about 200 flights have been delayed in Denver, but everything is cleared out rather nicely. That's the good news. All right, let's come on back, and we're going to fly back up. We're going to look at our future satellite radar. Here's our next wind machine right here, this cold front. That's going to work its way through the Black Hills early tomorrow morning. It's going to drag a few little showers with it, light sprinkles, light flurries as it comes through. But the big weather story tomorrow will be the winds. And then on Thursday, the winds will die down a little bit. We'll have plenty of sunshine to be talk about, but still a little bit breezy. I mean, still it's going to be a little bit breezy on Thursday, but nothing like what we expect tomorrow. Rain, no rain in our part of the state today, but out east, Huron over a half an inch, a third of an inch in Mitchell, 3/4 of an inch in Watertown, over a half an inch in Sisseton. Sioux Falls, they had about a 1/4 of an inch of rain over the last 24 hours. There's the rain. Still over southeastern South Dakota. This is tomorrow morning. I'll stop it at 8 a.m. I just want to show you these showers associated with the cold front. They'll be pushing on through rather quickly, and then clearing after that. We'll have partly cloudy skies and windy. All right, everybody knows now. I don't think there's anybody in the Black Hills area that doesn't know that the winds will be strong tomorrow. And then on Thursday, plenty of sunshine, not only for us, but for the entire state. I'll back up just to show you that. And temperatures still on the cool side on Thursday, and still a little bit breezy. Look at these winds today, not too terribly bad, in the 30s and 40s. We'll see some stronger winds tomorrow across South Dakota as that front works its way across. High temperatures generally in the 40s over Central and West River, and the 50s out east. High temperatures tomorrow, again, generally in the 40s, and that's going to hold into Thursday as well. We don't see any warming over the next few days. As I said, we'll have to wait till Sunday. But tomorrow, it's going to be chilly. It's going to be windy, and we'll have maybe a few little sprinkles in the morning. Should be clearing out by mid-morning. The clouds should break up by the afternoon, but the winds are not going anywhere. 43 Spearfish, 36 will be the high temperature down in Custer. 43 Hot Springs, Hill City, 38. 44 Belle Fourche, Sturgis, the same, 44 degrees. Here's the forecast for tonight, 30 degrees for that overnight low. Sprinkles, flurries early tomorrow morning, and the winds will be picking up. As I said, after midnight tonight, you might see a gust of 20, but nothing like what we expect tomorrow. Northwesterly winds, 30, 40. Gusts 65 miles an hour, 45 that high temperature, and we'll have little clouds in the morning, but they'll be decreasing throughout the mid-morning, late morning hours. Tomorrow night, 22, partly cloudy and cold. Strong winds will early on and be decreasing throughout the evening hours, and we'll start off with a gust up to 40 to 45 miles an hour, but as the evening hours progress, those winds will be dying down. 41 on Thursday, 34 on Friday, 36 on Saturday, a possibility of some snow showers there on Friday, and you can see that cooling trend until Sunday. We'll try to warm it up into the lower 50s for you. ClickBayDeals.com, get an Evans Plunge Mineral Springs 4-pack, 50% off if you want to go down there and hit the Evans Plunge and take a dip in some warm water. There's an opportunity to do that, you and the whole family.
So a chance of snow on Friday is at higher elevations or possibly in Rapid City too?
Yeah, if we get into here, not much in the way of accumulation at all, but mostly in the higher elevations.
No snow till Christmas, Bob, I say.
I'm
saying no snow till Christmas.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you on that one.
All right.
No.
Thank you, Bob. Still to come, state volleyball tournaments are set to tip off in 2 days, plus a Spearfish gymnast signing a letter of intent to continue her career at the University of Alabama. Justin has those Crimson Tide details coming up next in NewsCenter1 Sports.
Now only Ford offers $750 Black Friday bonus cash on select vehicles on top of Ford Friends and Neighbors pricing.
That doesn't happen every day.
Make Black Friday hassle-free with low prices on Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. And get $750 Black Friday bonus cash on select Ford vehicles on top of all other offers.
It's an inside deal.
Now for everyone.
With Ford Friends and Neighbors pricing, get a new F-150 for up to $10,388 below MSRP. It's an inside deal, now for everyone. Only at your local Ford stores.
You've certainly put in the effort. You started from scratch and have made something that you want to see last well into the future. Maybe someday you'll call it a legacy, but for now, you've just got to get the bread out, the door open, and the bills paid. Having someone at your side who understands where you've been and where you want to go can make all the difference. Small business success? It's bigger than banking. It's you and I together.
It's the perfect time to get the gift you've waited for all year, the CR-V with rearview camera standard. Hurry in to the Happy Honda Day sales event, and you could get a great deal on the best-selling SUV in its class, now at your Honda dealer.
This is NewsCenter1, Sports with Justin Wickersham.
Ever since she was little, Winter Childers has been chasing a dream of someday competing at the NCAA Division I level. Last week, the Spearfish gymnast moved one step closer to making that dream a reality. The Level 10 gymnast recently signed a letter of intent to compete in gymnastics at the University of Alabama. The 2015 USA Junior Olympic National All-Around Vault and Balance Beam champion, Childers is also a two-time Nastia Lukin Cup qualifier, winning the Lukin Balance Beam title in 2012. In addition, the Spearfish High School senior won the all-around vault, beam, and floor titles at the 2015 USA Gymnastics Region 4 Championships. Childers says she considered a few other schools before deciding that Alabama was the perfect choice.
My coaches and family really helped me decide, and the coaches at Alabama were super just into me personally, not just gymnastics, and they really seem to care about academics and more than necessarily sport, because you're not going to do gymnastics forever. So.
Childers has been training at the Spearfish Gymnastics Academy since she was 3 years old under the direction of Phil and Chris Summers and Lexi Cathcart. Although Childers has already competed on a national stage, she says it's always been a goal of hers to someday compete at the Division I level.
It's a dream come true, for real, because it's something that you've been looking forward to since you were little. You see college gymnasts like compete in super blinged out leotards and like getting that super team bond and spirit, and it's just really exciting.
Moving on to volleyball now, the Rapid City Stevens Raiders are gearing up to travel to Sioux Falls tomorrow for the State AA Volleyball Tournament. Stevens will take on Sioux Falls O'Gorman in the first round on Thursday afternoon at 12:45. The Raiders split with the Knights during the regular season. Stevens head coach Kylie Voorhees feels her team matches up very well against the Knights.
We came very close to beating them the very first time we played them, and then the second time we did beat them in 4, and it should have honestly been in 3. So I feel very, very confident going into our first match on Thursday. I think we'll match up well, and we should play to our level and play to win.
I feel like our team is feeling pretty confident right now. We are peaking at just the right time, I think, and that's really necessary going into the state tournament because we want to be playing at our absolute best.
The Class A state volleyball tournament also tips off on Thursday in Sioux Falls. Red Cloud has the tough task of taking on top seed Mount Vernon Plankington in the first match of the day. Meanwhile, Spearfish will battle Sioux Valley at 12:45. Now to the Class B state volleyball tournament. Phillip will square off against Parker in the opening round on Thursday, and the final match of the day features number 7 Harding County against number 2 Warner. Moving on to men's basketball, Black Hill State lost to Grand Canyon University this evening 88-72 in an exhibition game. And speaking of basketball, the Denver Nuggets defeated New Orleans by 17, 115-98. Plus, Andrew Wiggins scored 24 points to help lead the Timberwolves over the Heat, 103-91. And finally, in the NHL, Toronto knocked off Colorado by a final score of 5-1, and Pittsburgh topped Minnesota 4-3. And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back in a moment.
A car gives you freedom, room to grow, and in time, room to grow up. Your dream car evolves, and protecting it takes committed support. American Family Insurance.
It's the perfect time to get the gift you've waited for all year. The redesigned Accord with multi-angle rearview camera standard. Hurry into the Happy Honda Days sales event and you could get a great deal on KBB.com's best value brand. Now at your Honda dealer.
The Veterans Day sale at Furniture Row is ending soon. Everything is on sale throughout the store. Sofas and sectionals in every style starting at $2.99. Over 100 accent chairs to choose from starting at $1.99. Queen bed sets starting at $3.99. Solid wood dining sets starting at just $3.99. Plus 4 years no interest with no down payment for veterans and their families. For the best quality at the best price, come to the Veterans Day sale. Ends Thursday.
Now, I don't know anything about ads. The trees, perennials, landscaping, I'm your guy. But Mid-Continent Business Solutions made it happen. My rep learned about my company, then her team came up with what to say. Midco's crew who shot the commercial knocked it out of the park. We even won an award. For a guy who doesn't know advertising, I've got a great commercial.
Affordable, award-winning TV ad production by Mid-Continent Business Solutions. See our work at midcontinent.biz.
Wake up with your friends on NewsCenter1 today. We can't make you a morning person, but we can make your morning. Join your friends weekday mornings on NewsCenter1 today.
Veterans Day has passed, but one Rapid City girl is carrying on the thanks and support for our veterans into the coming holiday season as well. Jessica Benson, a freshman at Stevens High School, started the holiday Mail for Heroes program when she was 12 years old. She visits elementary school students and speaks on the importance of honoring our veterans and active military. Benson delivers holiday-themed cards from the children thanking service members to the Cornerstone Rescue Mission, West Hills Village, and the local VFW.
It's important to me because I think it's a very important aspect of our life that we need to realize that we need to appreciate these veterans. And I think also something really important is not just on holidays, but every day of the year. And so this year I want to start doing random card deliveries, just random, like in March, just to let them know that we appreciate them all the time and it's not just on those holidays.
And Benson has delivered thousands of cards to local veterans, bringing smiles and holiday cheer to their faces. To get involved, you can visit Benson's website at takethechallenge.leadbyexample.org.
I just want to show you those overnight lows down in the teens and 20s. And what does that mean? That means Terry Peak is making snow up there like crazy. So let's get the snow on the slopes.
Skiing we will go.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
To me, sustainability means being able to feed the world in the future.
We need to produce more with less.
It's knowing that our soil is going to be in better shape this year than it was the year before.
We need to stop erosion at the top of the hill, not at the bottom.
We find that we can merge sustainable practices with profitability.
It's about caring for the land.
It's about passing it on to the next generation.
It's about doing the right thing. I have a responsibility
for the people of South Dakota
to feed the world.
The future of farming is very bright.
I'm Jeff Lochner.
Steve Halverson.
Al Miron.
This is farming.
What makes Liberty Superstores a dealership for the people? People with more insight, more options, more respect, more heart. We eagerly serve the frustrated, the hardworking, the people. We believe everyone deserves to drive a nicer, newer car. And that's what makes us for the people. Liberty Superstores.
At TechNet Corp, we know that anything that interrupts your creative process can be traumatizing. We'll get your technology problems resolved quickly and professionally because we know you have important work to do. TechNet Corp, computer repair, software support, virus removal, and computer sales at 1727 West Main Street in the Gap. TechNet Corp, for the friendliest computer repair shop in the Black Hills.
What? It's research.